For more than a century, the Ministry of Education of Thailand has committed itself to the development of Thai education. The Ministry of Education constantly strives to deliver education which is in response to the rapidly changing world that we live in. The challenges met along the way have encouraged the exchange of cooperation and the establishment of an information network which aims to integrate Thailand into the world community. In this regard, the Ministry of Education has initiated policies that stimulate all dimensions of quality and equity in education for all Thai citizens, in order to develop them to become desirable human resources with high potential, morals and ethics, as well as maintaining their Thai identity and competitiveness in the world arena. Educational policies. Current educational policies have been formulated to push forward the country's second decade. The framework of the reform consists of the following four main dimensions. 1. The development of a new generation of quality Thai citizens who are intelligent and well equipped with both physical and mental health. 2. The development of new generation teachers who are intellectual and are able to conduct successful classes. 3. The development of new educational institutes and learning centres which are in response to the needs and interests of all its stakeholders. And 4. The development of a new educational administrative system which decentralises its authority to educational institutes and stimulates participation from all sectors. Recent education reform is seen as being a crucial mechanism in developing Thai citizens to become the expected human resources through various important projects. New Generation of Teacher Project, the 5-year teacher education curriculum which aims to prepare teachers with higher qualifications and increased teaching skills. Quality Sub-District Schools, the dissemination of quality and equity in education to all Thai people nationwide. The International Standard School, the enhancement of educational provision at international level. The ASEAN University Network, synergy of cooperation of higher education institutes in order to encourage academic exchanges in the region. The Teacher TV Project, educational innovation in the form of quality TV programs being broadcast through multimedia with the aim of upgrading the capacity of teachers, educational personnel and learners. The Thai Cyber University, training through internet networking amongst 9 Thai universities aiming at the capacity building of Thai educational personnel. The Fix-It Centre Unit, technical services from vocational institutes to the Thai community in the areas of maintaining and fixing electrical appliances and professional equipment. Sub-District Learning Centre is an educational learning centre that provides quality and equity in education. It also provides quality access to lifelong learning for all Thai citizens nationwide. The administrative structure of the Thai education system emphasises on the decentralisation of administrative responsibilities to 5 main organisations at local level, with the consolidation of education planning at central level as follows. The Office of the Permanent Secretary is the main organisation responsible for enhancing the role and capacity of students to ensure sustainable development of the nation. The Office of the Education Council is responsible for proposing the National Scheme of Education, relevant policies and plans for the mobilisation of resources and the evaluation of the provision of education. The Office of the Basic Education Commission is responsible for the provision of educational opportunities for all children of school age and youth from pre-primary to upper secondary levels. The Office of the Vocational Education Commission is responsible for providing a standardised vocational curriculum which takes into account the demands of the labour market. The Office of Higher Education Commission is responsible for scrutinising all higher educational policies. They are also responsible for planning and standards at both undergraduate and graduate levels. Thai educational system is made up of more than 37,000 educational institutions with nearly 20 million students. The Thai government has allocated a budget for educational provision at more than 400,000 million baht. The Thai education system consists of 15 years of free basic education and can be divided into the following three types: formal education, non-formal education, and informal education. Formal education specifies the aims, methods, curricula, duration, assessment, and evaluation conditional to its completion. It consists of early childhood education, basic education, vocational education, and higher education. Early childhood education. Thai children aged from 3 to 5 years receive the type of early childhood education that supports preparation for educational development and the foundation for more advanced learning. Basic education. Basic education covers educational services provided from 6-year primary education, 3 years of lower education, and another 3 years of upper education schooling. The main purpose of basic education is to build thinking skills, self-learning strategies through a curriculum that integrates knowledge of local wisdom and culture. Vocational education. Vocational education is responsible for preparing and developing the vocational and technical workforce. The 9-field curriculum is designed to meet with international standards and the needs of the labour market. Higher education. Higher education is provided at both undergraduate and graduate levels. Its various curricula are designed in accordance with social and economic requirements through 79 public universities, 72 private universities. In addition, equity in higher education is extended to reach out to local citizens by uniting 19 communities nationwide. Non-formal education. Non-formal education increases the educational opportunities for the out-of-school population. This is widely seen as a mechanism for lifelong learning. It is flexible, both in terms of its contents and its curriculum. In order to support the promotion of a lifelong learning culture through the non-formal education sector, internet connections have been made increasingly accessible in the rural areas of Thailand. Community learning centres have also been established and distance learning programs promoted. Informal education. The vision of developing a learning society includes the promotion of the idea that learning can also take place outside of the formal setting of the classroom. Informal learning is reinforced by 8,000 special community learning centres, over 800 libraries, 15 science museums, educational, television, radio programs, and internet access at every school. International cooperation in education. To further enhance the country's national competitiveness and educational provision, Thailand cooperates both bilaterally and multilaterally with national, regional, and international bodies to continually focus on its educational improvement. In order to overcome the challenges that are brought about by borderless circumstances, the Thai government aims at accelerating the achievement of the second decade of national education reform to efficiently provide all Thai citizens with quality and equity in education. The hope is that this will ultimately build Thai human resources with the desirable characteristics that are required to allow them to make a good living and live happily in a multicultural world.